Yeah, okay? Yeah, but the problem is you do too much nuts, they have 40% carb. There's too much. Can you get by with a little bit? Yeah. But look, I'm going to show you how to ride the wave. If we shut down the pancreas, we stop producing insulin. Now insulin's going to float around the body for about 4 or 5 days, okay? So here's what happens. You start eating the way I tell you to eat tonight. We're going to go over the exact eating here in about 10 minutes. But when you stop eating foods that stimulate insulin, you still got insulin floating around. And what does insulin do? Well, it makes any blood sugar go into the fat cells, all right? It makes fat stay in the fat cells. It makes your kidney retain fluids. So you have things called glycogen. Glycogen is a long chain of sugars, right? It's a starch. That's all a starch is. A bread is a starch, right? A bean has a lot of starch in it. So it's sugar molecules, S, 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 S. It's just a long chain, real long chain of sugars molecularly, okay? And that's the way the body stores it. It stores it in the big muscles here, and it stores it in your liver, okay? And so what happens is, when you stop eating sugar, because you've been eating 2 pieces of bread at every breakfast, and a Danish, and coffee, and plenty of caffeine, okay? Hey, don't let me forget about caffeine, all right? You make sure you kick me if I forget to talk about caffeine. We talked about it earlier. Don't let me forget. Say, hey, big dummy, you forgot about caffeine if I don't say something about caffeine. Because you can do everything perfect. If you drink too much caffeine, you're going to screw the whole thing up. You'll inhibit the whole process. I had a $400 bet with a doctor. He never did pay me. I lost 90 pounds in 90 days. He lost nothing. You know why? He couldn't give up 5 cups of coffee at breakfast. He did everything else perfect, he says. But he couldn't give up the coffee. That's crazy. My wife had the flu this weekend, and for 2 days she didn't get any coffee, and she started having headaches from caffeine withdrawal. She's back hooked on caffeine again. She only has 2 or 3 cups, but still, you get used to it, and you start to have withdrawals. You get through it faster. That's what the nutrition's for, we'll talk about tonight. But, so, you got these long chains of glycogen. So what happens is, your liver and body, the brain goes, oh my goodness, she's a crazy lady. She always eats Danishes. She didn't eat any Danishes. We got no blood sugar. Our blood sugar's low. Oh, I'm feeling kind of bad. So what do? They go down and they say, release the glycogen. And it starts breaking the bonds. And it starts breaking the bonds from the glycogen in your sugar. Uses up all the glycogen in your liver, in your liver. Turns it into blood sugar, okay? That's why it takes 4 to 5 days to get fully into the diet plan. You got to use up all the stores of sugar before it ever gets to fat, okay? So it takes a couple days to use up the liver. Then the brain goes, she's crazy. She's 3 days, she hasn't eaten a Danish. This is crazy. It says, release the hounds, and it goes to the muscles and says, release all your glycogen. She's got to have blood sugar, and you do have to have blood sugar. You have to have blood sugar, but there's better ways to have blood sugar. So you use up all the stores in your big muscles. The sprinter muscles here have some stored there also, as well as fat stored there. Okay? After 4 days, you used up all the glycogen. There's nothing left. At that point, it's so beautiful, you start to feel good for the first time in maybe your whole life, or at least years, because you release, can you tell me I get excited? If I talk too fast, tell me. But I get excited because this is the truth, and it works. It's working for me. I meant for having, and Maria and I forgot. I played a video of me last year teaching a weight loss class, and sometimes I wear the same shirt. My shirt's like this. You know, I was speaking the truth, but it is. My shirt's all stretched like that, and I turn around and here's this big old booty and thing sticking out of me like this. I get excited because here's what happens. What happens is you produce something called FMHs. When there's no more left, you produce fat mobilizing hormones. And what fat mobilizing hormones do is they take fat. See, there's no insulin now, right? We shut it down. There's no insulin. So what happens? If there's no insulin there to stop the process, they can't stop us from bringing fat out of the fat cells now. So fat mobilizing hormones take fat, turn it back to blood sugar. Hey, do you guys want chocolate, strawberry, vanilla? What kind of flavor do you like?
Strawberry.
Strawberry? Chocolate?
Chocolate one.
Yeah, let's make one. Let's do a couple packs of cocoa, and do a couple packs of. Hey, put 2 packs of cocoa and a pack of vanilla pudding. Yeah, hot chocolate. Sorry.
Oh.
2 packs of that, and then do one with a couple packs of strawberry and a pack of vanilla.
2 packs of this?
Yeah, and a half a pack of vanilla, and then do 2 packs of strawberry and a half pack of vanilla. Vanilla just kind of makes it creamier. I mix my puddings together. I'll talk about this later. How we mix it to make it just taste delectable. But I'm excited. This is the exciting part. All right. So fat mobilizing hormone. At that point, you're producing blood sugar by taking these fat mobilizing hormones. Take fat out of the cell. It's called fat catabolism, is the proper term. It means catabolic or catabolism, and it turns fat into blood sugar. And there is no spiking. Once the fat mobilizing hormones go to work, your blood sugar stays level all the time if you're on wheat germ wall, to keep it buffered in a short range. And for the first time in sometimes your life, you feel good. The headaches and the withdrawals from caffeine, that's in this 4-day period here. That's where you go through that. But again, if you take wheat germ wall and these things we're telling you, it's very minimal. Okay? That produces blood sugar, and it's level. It's level. So the fat mobilizing hormones come over here to the fat cell, take the fat out, turn it into blood sugar, and is it a perfect system? No. It doesn't burn clean. Fat catabolism is not clean like blood sugar normal burning is. It's not clean. It's not Krebs cycle. It's not self-perpetuating. There's a limit to it. Fat catabolism has some side effects. You get ketones formed. Okay? You heard ketosis? You want ketosis. That means you're breaking down fat. If you're having ketosis, if you're having acetone breath, that means that you are breaking down fat. That's good. What you don't want is what Atkins diet does, which is ketoacidosis. Ketoacidosis. Now, not only are you breaking down fat, you're getting so many ketones produced, so you're getting acidic. Okay? So your body's getting acidic, so you're getting ketoacidosis, and when your pH gets acidic, it promotes disease processes like cancers, degenerative diseases, lupus, of course diabetes, but degenerative processes are accelerated by ketosis, like that. Hey, do you need the, you got stevia in there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I stole one back here. So they can see stevia. This is what we use to sweeten things with. Look, I like things sweet. I don't want to feel like I'm shortchanged on nothing. Why do you think I give you guys 4 extra services for free when you do Lipo Laser? Or if you come in on a detox coupon or anything else? Why? Because I want you to feel good. I want you to detoxify it out. When I'm having a shake, I like this. If she doesn't put in enough, we'll put in a little more, okay? I like it sweet. Now, my wife can't stand me to add anything to hers. So sometimes I do. I hope she doesn't see this. I add just a little and a little vanilla and don't tell her. And she's like, oh, this cocoa's so great. Yeah, baby. You know how they do on the TV commercials, put it behind you? And then sometimes I add a little too much. She's like, you put stevia in this, didn't you? Oh, did I mix up the shakes, baby? Okay, look, I'm excited at this point because look, now for the first time in your life, sometimes you're breaking down fat without working at it. You don't have to exercise or nothing. Now, we like you to exercise, but you're producing sugar for your fat. And now you're going to start to lose. Look, my mama lost 15 pounds her first week doing this diet. I lost 18 and a half, which was important because my brother lost 18. I beat him by half a pound. I didn't drink much that morning before weigh-in, but I won. Okay? I'm going to admit, 18 pounds in 1 week, that's pretty good. Now, I was pretty big. Okay? At that time when I went on the diet, I was like 375. Okay? So, I was pretty big. I was more like in the video I didn't show you. I just forgot all about it. So, here we are, we're producing ketones, but we don't want to produce acidosis. What stops that is eating vegetables. So we're going to go over the eating plan to not get acidic. See, Atkins, you eat just meat and very little vegetables. And if you eat just meat only and fat only, you're going to get, they're both acidic foods. They're going to get acidic. Your pH is going to change, it's going to promote it. You feel good for a while, but doesn't everybody tell you the same thing? Oh, if you do Atkins, you're going to ruin your kidneys, right? Well, it is stressful on the kidneys if you do it long term, for many, many months or a year or more. Yeah, but if you do modified low carb, you're fine the rest of your life. It's never going to hurt your kidneys, okay? That's the key on this. Now, when that happens, you start to lose, on average, men will lose a pound a day, women lose a half pound a day on the average. The first week, however, most people lose about 8 or 10 pounds. So the insulin stops. Let's go back through this. Okay, the fat's coming out of fat cells. What else happens on the 4th day? Okay? Oh, look at number 4. The kidneys have to retain salts when insulin's floating around. Now there's no insulin. What happens to the kidneys? They go, huh, release the hounds, let it go. And you got to get up and pee 5 or 6 times that night. That's how you know you hit it. If you got to get up, maybe for you it's 3 or 4. Look, I'm a guy, I get up a couple times anyway, okay? So knock 2 off, that leaves 4, okay? If you get up at night and you don't usually get up, you get up 3, 4, 5 times a night, and you start to urinate a lot.
First?
What's that?
Can you try first? I hate chocolate, I'm sorry.
Oh my God, no, it's good. Did you get her face? Oh, we didn't get your face on that. That was good. I was just teasing. This is really good. All right, so look. Your kidney is retaining salts. The kidney drops the salts. That's why you have to urinate. It's how to push all the salts out of there. For the first time in your life, maybe, you don't have to hold on to salts. All this puffiness will literally, you can see it go down in your mirror over the course of 48 hours. That doesn't mean you're perfect size yet. It means you're going to see that the swelling go out of you. I just remember standing right in front of me and I go, dang, man, look at that. You know, I mean, I'm getting excited. I mean, my wife was like, oh, you idiot, you sleep downstairs tomorrow night. Because I get to bed, just about to sleep, and I was still snoring back then too, before the surgery. And she's like, you know, I just finally got to sleep. And he got up again and went to the bathroom. It's crazy, absolutely crazy, right? I didn't know. I mean, I knew, but I didn't think about it. And then I was excited because I looked at the scale. I'm like, oh, guess what the scale said? I don't care. It didn't say E anymore. Anybody else ever get an E on a scale? All right, maybe it's just me. That means you are so big you can't register on the scale. That used to be me. Okay? Even the scales here I used to not register on. I had to use 2 at once. We still have some clients where you have to do 2 at once. I did too. We're gonna make some sugar. You want some chocolate or not?
Sure.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah. We're gonna pass strawberries around too. This is cocoa. I like cocoa even better than chocolate. Isn't it good? She did a good job.
Good.
Hey, give her a round of applause.
Yay.
Hey, good. All right, so, by the way, what you're drinking is protein. It's going to be absorbed in 15 minutes. You're going to feel good. By the time we wrap this up, you're going to feel really good because it's already absorbed in the system. And it's usable, okay? This is a key point. Now, when the kidneys release the salts, you're dropping, you're urinating a lot. That'll stop after a day or 2, okay? But you knock off a quick 10 pounds. A lot of people, my mom was 72 years old, lost 15 pounds her first week on the diet. Now, if you only lose 8, is that bad? How many of you guys come in here losing 2 pounds a month, if at all? If you lose 8 pounds a week, you didn't fail. Just because my mama, who's a big woman, my mom was a saint, okay, but she's a big woman, and she lost a lot. She had a ton of fluids, and she's on water pills and stuff when she's not on the diet. When she's on the diet, she was able to get off the water pills and stuff. I can't wait. She's moving down here this summer, so we can watch over her closer, and we're going to get her a lot healthier. She's had some heart issues, a knee replacement, didn't do well, and we're going to get her all healed up with the laser. So, but here's the cool thing. At that point, when you drop the fluids, now you're burning fat, and you're burning fat good. So first off, your blood sugar stays level the whole time. That means you could skip a meal, but do not skip a meal. Don't do that. You're going to stress your body if you do. You're feeling good though, because sometimes I forget to eat. Me, okay, remember I said I love to eat? I know in the back of my head it's time to eat, but sometimes, like today, I didn't eat lunch till 2:30. I got here about 5 after 3 because I had to run to the bank and do stuff. I had to finish making some treatment cards and some other stuff we had to get done because Venus wasn't feeling well today. So I let her go home and rest, and you know, I could have even skipped a meal, but I know I had to teach tonight, so there's no way I could skip it, and you shouldn't skip meals. I'll at least do a shake, and I try to bring some salad for my meal. So we're going to talk about that. But here's the cool thing about the whole fat. When you start doing this, man, you're knocking off sometimes 1 pound or 2 a day. What do? You ride the wave, ladies. This is what I do when I go to the mall. This is a true story. I go to Belk's or I go to JCPenney's, right? My wife makes me go shopping, which she hardly ever does anymore. And my kids are with me. And I wait till they're all on the escalator with me, and they're committed. And what do you think I do? I go like this. And I have a serious look. This is a true story. And I'm going like this up the mall. And my kids are going, excuse me. They're walking backwards. Excuse me. Please get out of my way. Please. She's crazy. And I'm going like this. That feeds my ego, man. I'm just going more and more. And when I get to the top of the stairs, what do you think I do? I dismount. Like this. And I get applause. And I go downstairs and I do it again. And my wife doesn't keep me at the mall very long. You think I'm kidding? This is what I do. Okay? You gotta have fun going through life. We gotta have fun in the office here. If I offend anybody in the office, I apologize, but I like to have fun. Sometimes I'll bust chops like I did to Maria, like, joking, I should have done that. You gotta have fun.
Good. These are good.
Okay? But I tell you that for a reason. Number one, it's true and it's funny. But the third reason is, I want you to ride the wave. Look, if you're losing weight fast, why go out and have a six-pack of beer? Why go eat a bunch of candy bars? Okay? Look, a lot of times women on their menstrual cycle, they want some chocolate, then go ahead and eat some of our chocolate bars. They're low carb. If we don't like you to do it because it's a restricted food for the first 2 to 4 weeks. But you can get on restricted foods some if you need to. I'll just set it down, that's fine.
You want to try?
I will later. I will later. So ride the wave. If you're losing weight fast, ride it. Look, if you hit a plateau, that's fine. And see, what else is Lipo Laser going to do? It's going to speed the whole process up, man. While you're going through that 4 or 5 day period, you're still knocking off with the Lipo Laser anyway. And then when the hormones change, and you don't have any more insulin floating around, and your pancreas is asleep, leave it asleep. Let's just leave it asleep the whole time. It's like if your car has an engine light on, and you know it needs an oil change, and you know your engine is pretty much burned up, and you park in the garage for the winter, and you don't do anything like I do with my lawnmower. In the spring, I bring it out and I start using it again, and it goes, I'm low on oil, aren't I? You know, but I go to